Hi everyone, this is Paolo. Welcome to my channel. On this tutorial, we're going to learn how to web scrape using Python. So the topic of web scraping has been around. It's becoming more popular. So with web scraping, you could use it for contact scraping. You could use it for web indexing. You could use it to check prices from different websites and make comparison. So you could check the Wikipedia and all the things that you could do with web scraping. Now that the intro is done, let's get started to the tools you need. So the tools you need is Python. You could go to their website, python.org/downloads and downloads here, or you could check out my tutorial from a previous video on how to install using Homebrew. So once you have Python installed, it's not a prerequisite to work using virtual environment, but for this tutorial I wanted to work on virtual environment. So we're going to download Pipenv. There's an existing virtual environment pre-installed by Python, but we're not going to use that. We're going to use pipenv instead. So from the command line, I'm just going to call pip3 install and install pipenv. So if I go to pip3 list, you would see that pipenv has been installed. This is the virtual environment that I was talking about that came pre-installed, but we're going to use pipenv. So once we got the virtual environment set up, we need to install BeautifulSoup, but we're going to install it inside the virtual environment. So I have created a folder on my machine here. I'm just going to create a new folder called First Scraper. I'm going to open it using Visual Studio Code. And from here, open another window to open the terminal. So from here, I'm just going to call pipenv shell. And this should create an interactive shell for me. So it created a pip file there. I'm gonna quickly go pip list and check that what are the packages available for me on this virtual environment. So as you can see, it doesn't have BeautifulSoup. So if we go to the website of BeautifulSoup, scroll down a little bit, you could install BeautifulSoup using this command and just paste it there. And if I go to pip list, you would see that BeautifulSoup has been installed. So that's it. So let's create our first app. So First Scraper Py. So from here, I want to import the URL library. So let's say from URL lib, I want to import the request file. Let me just sorry about that. So let's import the URL open. This is the one we're going to use to open a website, and we're going to import BeautifulSoup. So it's called ps4 import BeautifulSoup, and let's create a URL that we're going to target. So the website that we're going to scrape is called this in particular, toscrape.com. So this website was built particularly to practice your scraping skills. So we're going to scrape this fictional bookstore, which has a catalog of books. So I'm going to grab that URL, paste that here, and I'm going to assign it to the URL open and open that URL. Now that we know that the URL has been assigned, we're going to call BeautifulSoup now and assign HTML, and we're going to use the built-in Python parser, which is called HTML parser. There are several more parsers that you could use. So if you go to the BeautifulSoup documentation, I scroll down a little bit. Oh, I scrolled way down. So there's different parsers that you could use. So we're using the built-in one. Both they have advantages and disadvantages. So you could go to the website and check out, depending on your needs, which parser you need to use. So once we have BeautifulSoup loaded, we could now do a print and actually see what's inside the content that we get. So if I do Python and say first scraper, module not found, URL live. Yep, sorry about this. I'm not that good at Python, so every now and then I make mistakes. So as you can see, now that I called it, spit out all the pure HTML. So let's jump into the website and let's quickly inspect what we need to do. So what I want to do is I want to get all these images, not actually images. I want to get all this information. I want to get the title, the price, and the availability. So if I go here, I could see that this is a column and there's an article, and this is what we need to target. So article class with product pod. So let's go to here, and I'm gonna say grab each product as a comment, and we're gonna say books and soup, and we're gonna use the find all method. We're gonna target the article, and we're gonna target the class with product pod. So if I do a print here, let's say length or the number of items that it finds. If I could do a clear here and run my Python script again, it's telling me that there's 20 items found here. So there's 4, 4, 4. So there's 5 rows. So that makes it 20. So let's inspect what is inside the first index. So to do that, I just call books and specify 0. And I'm going to run my Python script again. And it's going to spit out this information. So this is the first row. And what I want to grab is the title of the book. So the title of the book is inside the h3 tag and inside an href. I want to grab this, and I also want to grab the price, which is inside here, and I also want to grab if it's this one, in stock availability. So to do that, let's try traversing this first. So if I say book 3 and I say h3 and I say the a attribute, I could see I could see this h3 a attribute href. So href and title are attributes. So what you want to do to access those is you actually put ATRRS and then the attribute that you want to target. So if I do that and I run Python again, you would see that I was able to grab a light in the attic. So you could see here it's cut off, but on the title itself it says a light in the attic. So we're going to grab that, and let's try another one. So I'm going to just quickly copy this, and I want to grab the price. So this price is inside a p tag with a class of price color. So to get that, I'm actually going to use find. So I'm going to use the find function this time. I'm going to target the p tag, and I'm gonna target the class with class name of price color. So I'm just gonna comment the title that we found and run this script and see what we get. So as you can see, it was able to grab that column and give me the price. I'm gonna trim that a little bit more further and use the getText command. So this getText method strips out everything and just returns me the value. And let's run the command. Non-object has no attribute getText, which is strange. That's because I closed out the print command. So let's try it again. Yeah, so this time I fixed the error and we're now able to retrieve the price. So that's the price. Next that I want to retrieve is the availability. So it's called in-stock availability. Let's see what that looks like. So it's just this text here, and there's a check marks there. So that's probably this one. We don't need that. So let me copy this again and just comment that one out. So I'm gonna say find me that p tag with the class name of in-stock availability. So run that in-stock availability. So same getText. So let's run our script here and see what we get. That took some time, and you can see there's some bit of spaces here that we don't really need. I'm gonna add another call to a method called strip, and let me just clear this and run that Python command again. So Python first scraper, and now we get that script. So now we got the price that we need. We could loop into this book record and individually get them instead of hard coding the index here. So to do that, I'm going to say for book in books, I want to grab the title, and that title would be this one. Move that and remove the index. And same here, I want to say grab the price. And same here, say I want to grab the availability. Availability. And that should be an extra tag there at the end. And let's print out what this values look like. So print, I'm just gonna repeat it several times. Print price and availability, and run the Python script, see how it goes. So I got an error saying, did you find all? So let's see, I got an error on my script because I'm still referring saying the books instead of the book. So it's trying to find an item, but it's actually a list. And same with it here. So correct those errors. And this time it gave me the list. So what I want to do next is I want to create a CSV file and store all this data. So we're gonna import another library which is called the CSV, and we're gonna create a CSV file. So we're gonna name the CSV file, and we're gonna call the open command, and we're gonna call this books CSV and give this write permission. And I'm gonna move this entire block to a try and finally. So try, indent this, and from here I'm gonna open a writer, open my CSV library that I imported and call the writer, and I'm gonna pass it the CSV file. And from here I want to write the header. So the header of the file that I want would be calling the write row, which would write on the first line. So this one only takes one argument. So inside put another bracket and separate basically your columns. So first column I will say is the title, and the other one would be the price. Let's put a price in there, and then the other one is availability. That should write that for me. And I'm just going to remove this print statements, and here I'm going to call the writer. Why did I call it write? Let's call it writer. So I'm going to call the writer, and I'm going to write row again, and I'm going to pass it the values that I wanted. So title goes in there, and then the price, and then the availability. Finally, let's call the finally tag, and then we're gonna close the CSV file. So csv.close, and let's see. Oops. I'm gonna run the command again, python first scraper.py, and what I'm expecting is it should create a book CSV for me. So yay, so it kind of worked. So let's go here, first scraper, and let's open that on numbers. So as you can see, it grabbed light traffic, the price, and availability. Let's see what else could we grab from here. Probably want to grab the URL. So if I want to put this data in a database, and I want the URL also to link back to there, so I could, if I want to create a more recursive parser, it would scrape from that URL. So I want to add a URL here. So let's inspect again how that looks like from here. I already closed that out. Let's see, print. Let's do it from here. I'm gonna print the first books index again. And so this is the URL that I want to grab. And yeah, so it's an href tag, and it's on href attribute, so that should be easy enough to grab. So let's update this writer. So I'm gonna add another column called URL, and from here I'm gonna say book URL, and I'm gonna call the book.a that attributes, and href. So what's that doing is it's going to the a tag that it first sees. It's going to grab the href attribute, which should return me the catalog. So, and then let's put that inside the writer, book URL space. And if I run my Python script again, book URL is not defined. So book URL is actually book underscore URL. Sweet. So if I go there, there's a URL there, and you can see that this has been created, but it doesn't have the actual URL. So let me update that. I also want to grab the actual URL. So URL plus book URL, and let's remove that print statement over there we created, and we should be good. So clear this and run the command again. And if I open the book scraper, now it has the full website link. So let's open that book CSV, and there you have it. So it's now saved on a CSV. Then up to you to digest, analyze this data, or save it, upload it on a database. So that's the first part of this tutorial. On the next tutorial, we're going to teach you some more advanced parsing techniques and how to store this data to a database. So instead of writing to a CSV file, we're going to write it to a database. And then for future one, we're going to do some more recursive crawling. So stay tuned. Hope you like this tutorial. If you have questions, hit the comments below. I'll be glad to answer them. Cheers. Bye for now. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel.